Hey everyone, welcome back to Fade to Silence. And what I'm doing today is I've teleported to the outpost I have here in the north section of our starting map. And I'm just going to take this like northern path up towards this other outpost to try to liberate that outpost or cleanse that outpost. And I've got my two followers kind of working away on their own things. If I liberate the outpost, then I'll be able to fast travel back and assign some new work for them to do. So far we're doing okay. I had died a couple of times, but I've also found reasonable replacements for my Flames of Hope. Let's just take a look at my boons here. No boons because I haven't had an end game death, but I have collected quite some shards. I've got +2 insulation for warmth shards and sustenance +1. So that should help out, I guess. I don't know exactly how those affect anything at this point, but they promise to be helpful. So I'm just gonna take their word for it. Man, this must be from a previous trip or something through here. It's a grub root. I'm not hungry or cold yet, so we'll just kind of carry on. Surprisingly, have not ran into as many storms in this playthrough as I felt like I was running into first time around. Must be it there. That must be the outpost I'm heading towards. I wasn't carrying any arrows? What the hell? Do I have some equipped? Wow. Wasn't paying attention to that. I'm gonna have to loot some resources. So this is a little house. I've stayed there before. If we do run into a storm, I'll probably hunker down there, and I might just mark it, just so that I don't have to open up my map if it does snow. The last time I was trekking around this area, I did bump into a stalker, so. A little cautious. I'll take the torch just in case I have to break it into parts for something else. I don't imagine that I'll actually need it for the warmth. I tend to use that. I know that if I carry it, like if I carry it openly, I think this axe. If I carry a torch, then it does warm me a little bit. So I guess I can, but I almost never do. Okay, so we should have something coming up here. Ah! That looks like a shard. Risk it. A nourishing shard. Shit. It's not what I wanted at all. Who is it? Oh, it's just him. Oh, is it really gonna equip this? I don't have my sword equipped at the moment, so. What the hell? Well, that's a downside to switching to that flame, because I only have so many fast action buttons. I don't want to have to open up my inventory menu just to switch back to my sword, so there's no way I'm doing that again. Oh, wow, cool. I didn't realize he was going to spit out another wolf for me. So, in total I have 3 wolves, and I don't have the sled yet. Like, I did build that on the first playthrough, but I like, the way that I set this up now, it's going to probably be a later thing that I do. And nourishing shard, good. So I probably won't go for the dog sled for quite a while. Not that I didn't appreciate the dog sled, but it wasn't really that necessary. Again, I know it's not ideal to go tramping through the woods, but it's my preference at this point because I have to stop to pick up so much stuff. I mean, it's a different story when I'm just literally running through places and not stopping to pick anything up. But as I'm doing things right now, I'm stopping to pick all those things up, so having a fast way to run past is not really necessary.
The resistance. Hasten your downfall.
What do we have here? Okay, so we're right on the cusp of this outpost. I'm kind of cold, I'm kind of hungry. I guess I can go to the house that's up here. Oh, there was some kind of message about Jin there. Jin is cutting wood. Oh, okay. That's fine. I don't... guys. Oh!
So, sleeping hunter, you'll never shoot in time to kill.
got me quite a bit there. A lot of junk on the battlefield here, and I'm not trying to make an excuse. It's just be much more cautious. You got all this junk lying around. Alright, so the plan is we'll gather some wood here and start a fire. Should have lit the barrel first, but and then what I can do is rest with it. We'll have a bite to eat.
Close to death. Live a little.
Really nothing I want to craft, so I just want to rest for like an hour.
Opening the security door to Sector C1.
Anything going on down there?
No, nothing to report. The lights are flickering, that's all.
A little bit of a memory that I've been picking up as time goes on. Okay, and just remembering to equip some more arrows on account of how terribly that went before. I think we're on our way. Is that the deer? I might as well pick off this deer. Oh, well, that's a great angle. Don't think I hit it with that one. Well, I got him with those ones. Ah. Alright, well, it wasn't really about getting the meat there. It was mostly about just, like, shooting it. But, now that we're thinking that way, how am I for potions and whatnot? Well, I've got quite a bit. I think we're going up this ramp. No, it's not a ramp. How are we getting up there? I thought there was like a path. Losing my mind. So we'll press on anyway. I think I thought there was a way up. I thought there was like a road or something, but I thought it was along these cliffs. Oh, you bastard. Onward and upward. I feel like I'm right on top of this thing, but I'm not quite seeing the path that I thought I was going to be taking. I don't have any more space for anything. I am getting quite cold. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. Oops, I've crafted it. Where is it? We're just going to sit down for a second. Okay, so that helps us out with a little bit of space. We're also going to just rest for about 2 hours is fine, just to warm up. Just a little bit. I mean, resting by a campfire doesn't actually do much for you. As far as, like, your heat and whatnot is concerned, but better than nothing. I think we're going up this... Still going up here. I must be getting close enough to the camp. Becoming an issue. Whoa, shit, I thought that was something I could pick up. Did I miss something? I can't get up this way, right? Okay, so there's three pods I have to cleanse in this one. There's only 2 in the first one. I'm fucking cold again. I guess it is slightly colder in this area than it was in the last area, though. It's minus 2 degrees right now. It's usually 3 degrees, so I guess it does affect me a little bit more. Find out where is the first pod. So I was right. I should have went this way. Oh, I didn't realize he was a suicider. Everybody's giving me a hard time here. Okay, come on. Just trying to cleanse this area. I can make it. I can make it.
How dare you defy me?
Alright, let's take a look here at crafting. I do need some firewood, so I have 3 pristine wood. Let's see what I can pick up from firewood here and see if I can't make like a little camp, because I am going to die here if I don't. If I don't get warm. trying to do? Oh. Shit. Because my inventory's full. Is it full again? Fuck off. Just give me some breathing space here.
Do you feel the cold?
Yes.
Death comes quickly without fire.
Alright, so I built a shelter and just entering the shelter. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to craft. 4 of those, 3 of those, I guess I can craft one of these. I think I have a lot of arrows too, don't I? 13. We'll craft some arrows.
Good morning. You're listening to Radio WBFG. I'm Ree Frazier.
Blizzard has ended. It doesn't look like Blizzard ended. Am I still ridiculously cold? I'm still very, very cold. I'm gonna have to rest again. Oh, shit. Ugh, this is annoying. And I don't have much for firewood yet either, so fuck it. We're gonna have to get up this hill because I need some firewood and I need some warmth. Okay, so this is number 2. Anyway, at least we'll be able to get some of these done. I mean, I don't really see the reason I can't do this before Saturday. All I really want now is the warming shard. If I find some pristine wood... Nah. Alright, so again, we're gonna have to find some shelter and make a fire. Or make a shelter. Damn it. I wonder if there's any... Oh, I can craft some firewood. What am I talking about? Not from arrows, but from torches. I wonder if I can have enough. Ah! Okay, so we're gonna have to do this whole shelter again, and this time we're gonna, whoops, we're going to do it as long as possible. I don't know if this is just gonna make things worse. Okay, 6 hours. It says that we're gonna be warm by then.
Good morning. You're listening to Radio WBFG. I'm Ray Frazier. This afternoon's earthquake was the second major earthquake this week and the 8th since the Jeepa facility's disaster. Things just keep getting worse. Scientists have been warning us for years about the supervolcano underneath Yellowstone National Park. It might erupt at any time if the problems at the Jeepa facility can't be contained soon.
Get a bit of a rebate on firewood when you do that. Where is the last? Because there's one more. I might as well check out this chest because I opened it up but didn't get to look inside it. Is that the last one? I may have done these out of sequence. So we'll head down to that last one anyway. And again, I don't know why I'm picking up this stuff. It's totally unnecessary at this point. As soon as I finish this outpost, we should be in relatively good shape. How about a bite to eat? There. That's butter. Get him? I don't know if I got that hellbind or not. I'm gonna find out.
Resistance. How dare you defy me?
Alright, so last but not least, again, I don't care about any of that right now. All I want is to cleanse this, and then we'll come back and do the cleanup of the area. Sounds like somebody's out there. Ah! Damn. That's a good shot. Impaler. Oh. He's a different beast altogether. Shit. He's quite powerful. Oh, balls. Between the two of them. Oh. Now, an impaler I had never seen before. Prick. Why whining and complaining. I'm almost dead. Out of arrows. I really had never seen an impaler before, so I don't know how I got past that guy before. Maybe I just mistook him for one of these other creatures. 'Cause he looks basically identical with just a little bit of extra firepower. Brings up a good point. Alright, so it looks like we've got this completed anyway. Second outpost. Alright, so let us take a look at a little bit more of the landscape. There's definitely a lot of work to be done just down on this ridge, which is fine, and maybe going up this way across this bridge into a territory I haven't been into yet. So I assume things are going to get a little bit more violent as things go on here. But that is 2 outposts down. Let's collect our reward. So this is another boon. When I inevitably kick the bucket playing this one. Now here's something that I forgot to show you last time. In these outposts, in this spot, there's a flame of hope. My fucking inventory's full. Hold on a second. I didn't show you that in the last one. It's not that I missed it, I just forgot to mention it before the video ended. So, ooh, and I got some flame arrows out of this. Cool. Not gonna hold on to those just yet. In fact, I'm gonna take some arrows from here. Scrap. Need. Pristine wood they can have. Some of those. So we've got about half of our inventory freed up. And pick up the flame of hope, which is gonna light a flame if I do die. It's gonna light a flame for me. So we got another huge cache of wood, huge cache of food, a bunch of crafting materials. Looks like a carved wood and a leather again, and a bunch of salvage. Always appreciated. We're just moving it all over into our refuge. Right. So 265 wood in total. We got 2 of these carved woods. We have all kinds of tainted wood. A stalker's heart, which I'm not sure what we're going to use that for. Some copper, some spark stone. We've got a lot of resources just kind of sitting around waiting to be used. So all kinds of food. Flame of hope we'll put in there. And we'll have a bite to eat. Good. So that's all set. Now what I should do is go back to camp and do a bit of necessary housekeeping there. I think some of my stuff should be complete. So, followers' trust in you has grown. Seek them out at the training grounds. I hadn't realized this area was the training grounds.
A word to share. I fear that they are still present. The lost one's souls. They are trapped here for all eternity. Wasting away. No rest. Even in death. Have you never looked into the lost one's eyes? Seen the pain? The regret? Will we set them free if we slay them? Or condemn them? What is the force that drives the lost? Are they innocent or guilty? They must be guilty. Evil. Nothing else could drive them to attack. The more I slay, I wonder, who is the man? Who is the beast? Are we all lost? Do you never see faces you recognize, Ash? Faces of the ones you love?
Okay, Jin. Let's see. So this hut is still being built. No worker assigned, so
Dad, you're back.
we're gonna assign Jin to that. What the fuck? I'm not sure. Oh. Yeah, she's assigned to this, right? Is there something I'm not, I'm just wondering if there's something there that I wasn't doing right, or... They're moving along okay. I don't know. It didn't feel... I don't think that's moving along quite. One of them looks like it's a 75% complete. So we got Jin building that and her processing food. Then I think we're all right. After he's finished that, what the hell? Why doesn't it say Jin's assigned to this? Did he go relax or? He must have. He must have been tuckered out or whatever. Let's see. Alright, so overall that went off pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. I think this northern pass is a much easier way to get to this outpost than coming up from the south. Not just because it's a shorter distance, but you run into all kinds of stuff coming up here through the south. That I will have to kind of trim this line and collect all this stuff, because there is quite a lot of stuff down here. And there is also an enemy that I'd like to face down here. But I don't believe I have what I need just yet to face that enemy. So I'm going to leave it for the time being. Probably want to teleport back to this area. And let me just remove that marker. Yeah. Collect all the stuff that's just in this area, because you can see there's quite a lot of stuff just hanging about here. And then yeah, maybe like I think if I cleanse this area, I'll get that at that time too. So maybe push on to this new area if it's possible to do that. I haven't been over there and I'm not sure what it's about yet. So that will be kind of fun, and we'll maybe try to get to this next outpost I don't know. Maybe I should do this first, just so that I'm more prepared. Because other than getting more food, my fort here doesn't have a lot of extra stuff to it. It's got a butcher shop and a woodcutter shop, but it doesn't have anything to help me get more, or get better swords, or get better armor. And I might start needing that sort of stuff, especially if it's going to get colder and colder as time goes on. And we may also need to start thinking about fortifications, because you can see the timer for the attack is at about 60%. So we might have to start building those fortifications too, and start thinking about the future. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you again. Thanks for watching.